Nona always wrote that the same circumstances that harden the heart soften the skin, but her published pages still didn't know as many tears as Wakefield's poems. Poems were the only thing that told Charles why he could sing Hallelujah with the congregation and still feel like he was in a hell he couldn't extol. Henry, his drug of choice was pillows and enshroudment, but his wife's drug was more work, more scolding, and more church. Elizabeth's drawers were full of boys she'd never talked to and death letters that she'd never quite signed, while her brother Joseph would climb the staircase to the roof where he'd strum his heartstrings. He'd look down again, wanting to kiss that soft concrete, except this time he'd pucker his lips. Don't tell me that this isn't humanity. Humanity is pissing on bushes that took years to twist their roots and standing over people that took even longer to unravel theirs. Nona crumpled her pages and shouted, "I've been putting pen to paper for months. How have I not written the loneliness out of me yet? If I was a poet, the ache in my chest would know it." Charles smashed his window so he could swallow the truthful air while he threw his church tie out into the garden. Elizabeth remembered that her closet was still full of letters she never wrote and dresses she'd never worn. Joseph was still trying to plead with the man who lives at the top of the staircase, "Let me go, just let me go." As for me, I will say to my father, "I still listen to your 8-tracks and wear your leather jackets because I like to remind myself of you. Just please don't let my mother forget what you look like when you smile, and don't let anyone forget what you laugh like when you're not trying to." Now Nona, the corners of her pages are unfolding, and she couldn't write this poem with her pen, so she wrote it across her heart. This is humanity. Charles is told that his garden is salvation. He walks between his pine trees and shouts his soul to the sky, and Elizabeth twirls in her leather dresses and exhales her words across people's lips. As for Joseph, he takes a walk down the staircase to Charles' garden and lets the snowflakes speckle his glasses, fill his smile, and wrinkle his leather shoes. For you and for me, I know that our bedrooms are starting to feel like graveyards, but remember that nothing is stitched into stone. If they try to cover your eyes, the light from your irises will penetrate the fragile skin of their hardened fingers. The teeth in your smile are made out of a million different versions of the moon, and you have always only ever been more than enough. So take off your leather jackets, leave them behind, and come unravel this thread with me. Fondly and forever, Nona.